Welcome to the art project. So glad you're here. I'm going to do a little drawing tutorial, and I'm going to use this goldfish to do it. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you have not already. Thanks. Going to draw this goldfish. First, I want to find like the simple shapes, like this circle that's in here. And then any kind of other simple shapes, like this triangle, and the direction that this triangle goes. So like the direction of the whole fish seems to be like this. Then there's another triangle, or part of one, right here. What's parallel with one another, what the angles are, citing the angles like this. But start with your simple shapes. First, I've got this basic circle. So on here, I'm going to draw. I want to make my drawing bigger. So I'm going to draw this basic circle. But keep in mind, the size that you make your first shape is going to determine the rest of the thing. Do I have space for what I want to do on the paper? Or is it going to go off the paper? And it's okay if it does. But, all right, and then this. Remember that direction that it goes? With the direction of the fish? This is kind of like putting the studs up in a house. It's the framework for the rest of the drawing, for the rest of the fish. I'm still looking over here at the different shapes of things and their relationship to one another. Like, here's another triangle. I'm looking at this angle. I'm going to put that angle right there. How far is it from this part? You know, like how far, this is where my triangle meets my fish, or meets my circle. How far is it away? Right? And then how tall is it compared to, sorry, so here's the height of that. How tall is that compared to the rest of the fish? So it's like this. So could go up as high as that. Maybe not quite that high. And so this is looking real geometrical because I can deal with geometry for the most part. And then after that, it's just a matter of like curving things off. So let's look over here at this fish again. Here's a little bit of a triangle right here. And here. And then where are the other things? Like, where's this eye at compared to everything else? It's like right up here on his nose, just about. And then on the other side, you can see maybe a little bit of the other one. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the nose or something. You can see a little bump right there. Look at how this circle right here cuts into this circle right here. And then where the fin right there meets right there. And you just keep adding bits and pieces. So this is obviously not a straight triangle, it's got a curve to it, so we're going to curve that. And then this has got some curve in here. And then right here, there's a dark area. And then there's some more dark area. Can't really see it, probably. Look at where things like the length here compared to there, how do they line up? If you were to drop a plumb line right there, if you drop a plumb line right here and right here on the edge of that fin, how far apart are they? What do the other fins look like, or what are the other dark spots? So here's my circle right here, and then here is a dark spot, which we'll get to later on. There's another dark spot in the tail right there. Where's the dark part of his eye compared to the outside part of his eye? What other kind of like fin, or not fin, what gill or facial features does he have? Notice also there's some curvature down here below my triangle line. So notice where it starts on the circle and where it ends. And then there's also some fin right here that I haven't dealt with yet. Where is it at? Where is this at compared to the rest? So let's see here. It starts right down here next to this piece. And there's a little flip. And keep in mind that some of the stuff is fluid. Like, I don't have to draw the fin, this thing exactly the same shape, because it moves in the water and it becomes different shapes. Somewhere out there like that. All right, now a lot of this is going to become, like, I'm not going to draw it in pencil necessarily. I'm going to draw it when I finalize everything in Sharpie. I want to fix that fin up a little bit. Is that a fin or flipper? What is that called? All right, so I've got my basic fish. I'm going to do the rest of the drawing in artist pen because I want it to be permanent. You can finish it in pencil if you want to, but I'm a big fan of the artist pen and the contrast that it makes with the paper. And so it's a little bit intimidating when you start to actually draw with the Sharpie pen, because once you make that mark, it's permanent, right? And so it's fairly intimidating. So my basic philosophy is start with what you know. You got to do it. You've got to dive in there. So you might as well start, but start with what you know, and the rest of it will come to you. And take your time. When I say start with what you know, what I meant was I know this this eye. It's not too intimidating. It makes a lot of sense to me automatically. So that's why I started with the eye, because I understood the eye. I also don't want to stop looking at my reference photo just because I've gotten everything drawn out. I want to keep looking at this and making sure that I'm drawing the right thing and not just adding details that I don't know anything about. Now, I've also got this flick that I do, and that flick gives me like a strong line, and then it tapers off. I don't know if you can see that, but the flick that I use gives me a strong line and then a thin line. So, anytime you want to soften it, like I have a strong area here, and it tapers off and gets thin. So I just kind of develop this flick to do what I want it to do. That probably takes some practice. Also use it in my cross hatching to make dark areas and then lighter areas kind of fade out. This line right here is heavier than some of the other parts of the line. By heavier, sometimes I mean darker. So I believe that this right here is a separate fin from that right there, which is kind of confusing in the black and white photograph. I don't know what happened to my color ink. But it's alright, we're just going to kind of draw the ambiguity. Sometimes that's aggravating to us. We have no idea what's going on right here, and so we can't draw it because we don't have any idea. But what we need to learn to do, I think, sometimes is embrace the ambiguity of it and draw the confusion right there. So that's it. I'm going to just speed this part of it up so you don't have a 30-minute long video. It was a joy to draw this. I hope you enjoyed it. Perhaps you'll get a image of a goldfish and give it a try. Let me know how you do. If you have an Instagram, share it on Instagram and tag me in it. Sorry about all the blurry shots, but I hope it didn't actually interfere with learning how to draw a fish. I'll do a better video on it again later. Just need to go and draw something. So there you go. Hope you like it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, comment down below, and go make a goldfish.